I take this early opportunity to wish all of you a happy and prosperous 2013, wherever you are. This far, the good Lord has brought us as a nation, and therefore we want to proclaim His preeminence in the affairs of this nation, and we know that He will be with us in the days, in the months, even the years ahead. And so, as we contemplate the reality of the new year, I have no doubt myself that it is a year that we can all be able to look forward to with anticipation, and for good reason. We have known challenges in the year 2012 and the years behind, but I want to say that we should now look forward with a renewed sense of optimism. Optimism is a word that we will need as we seek to transform the well-being of our people, as we transform indeed the very molding of our country. This is a year of transformation. I've often said in the past that we also need to embrace the principles of servant leadership. And if you combine servant leadership with the need to transform this country, then you realize the great hope there is for this country. And therefore I want to suggest to all of us that going forward, we set aside issues that divide us. Yes, even ideologies that have the capacity to divide us, so that whatever our social orientation, the weak, the strong, we will be able to look at each other in the face and call each other a fellow Kenyan, a fellow citizen, one that stands for transformation and true transformation of this country, taking into account the reality of our new constitution. We are going to have the first elections and our new constitution in just under 63 days. That is on March the 4th. And the reality of that watershed event will become even clearer once the results are announced. Because in my mind, the moment we realize county governments, the moment we realize serious devolution, and the attack we will have set on the challenges, primarily poverty and unemployment, I think we will have then realized the reality of the March 4th general election. And therefore, I am very optimistic this morning as I send my greetings to Kenyans, even those in the diaspora. Yesterday, day before, I had a 2-hour conversation with Kenyans living in the diaspora on telephone from the west coast of the United States. And I know that the conversation we had was meaningful. And therefore, let us continue with this kind of conversation. You may not be able to vote as Kenyans living in the diaspora, save, of course, those who are within the East African region and who will have taken out their voters' cards. We agreed that the process of making sure that Kenyans in the diaspora are not disenfranchised going forward, that process begins immediately after the next general election, so that in the subsequent general election 2017, 2018, they'll be able to vote, register and vote wherever they are. But of course, in the meantime, they have great influence, persuasive influence. Kenyans living in the diaspora have been able to grow this economy significantly. And that challenge continues, even as I plead with them to ask even their relatives back at home to vote for CORD, the Coalition for Reform and Democracy. I stress reform and attach to that word reform, transformation, and servant leadership. And so this is a way forward. I know that if we set aside our differences and remain united, the word code looked at differently actually is a juxtaposition of who we are as a people. I've just been talking about those of us who like to play the Mugithi dance. Don't you realize how coded the Mugithi dance is, for instance? That is the reality of code going forward, so that we can all feel part and parcel of each other. The Kenyan reality, the Kenyan dream. And even as we talk about the Kenyan dream, it is not that we're just dreaming, but we know that these dreams are also a product of serious reflection. Our Vision 2030, for instance, is what is guiding us. And I think even before 2030, we can achieve plenty. Our natural resources, our gold, our coal, our oil, all these things that are now coming to fruition. I want to assure all our supporters, all the party membership of Wiper Democratic Movement, which, by the way, this membership has been growing in leaps and bounds across the country, that there will be free and fair nomination in order to be able to pick up the flag bearers at the ward level, women reps, senators, and all the others elected positions. My name will be in the presidency. It is important to explain to all our supporters that even those who will be voting for Prime Minister, who will be the flag bearer for CORD, they will also be voting for the running mate, who is the Wiper candidate, and vice versa. This will be coming out as the ballot paper will have both of our photographs. And so this will make it very clear. There are some people going around saying this is their lineup. I urge them not to divide the party membership. Let wananchi be allowed the freedom to choose the flagship they are looking for. If it is a gubernatorial seat or senatorial, it is they should therefore ignore anybody who is saying this is my lineup, this is our lineup. We want wananchi to be given a free hand so that they can choose the candidates they want. And once that happens, we shall all come fully as a party to support those who will have been nominated to carry the flag of the party at the various elective levels. We can almost anticipate that in any contest, democratic contest, there may be those who feel that injustice was committed. They can then have recourse to the courts of justice. And here, under revitalized judiciary again, independent, revitalized, fired up, I think Kenyans now know that those with problems can go to the judiciary. And of course, we have also a reformed police force. We have now, for the first time, an Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kimayo, who is on top of the situation. We know that what we had coming from the Tana Delta, all of us sincerely pray and believe it will not happen in 2013, and other hotspots like Baragoi and other places, so Kenyans can live together. My approach, in fact, is within the first 6 months of our winning elections. I have said it before. I will move from Turkana County to Samburu County to Isiolo County to Garissa County and be able to talk to these communities and really say, let us all disarm ourselves and then have dialogue. That is the best way to go. And so I just want to wish all of us again, wherever we are, God's grace, even as we begin to live the reality of this life-changing year, the year 2013. Thank you.